All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we're going to give all praises to the Heavenly Father.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ruchakodash.
Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. And as always, we give peace and salutations unto the elect. All right, Great Millstone, Dallas, here with Great Millstone, Kingston, Jamaica. All right, here with another live show through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shah. We gather as often as possible to push, and uplift the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, who are doing marvelous things in the earth. As you look throughout the four corners of the earth, what you're witnessing is a recipe for salvation in the forms of, wars, rumors of wars, earthquakes, people crashing out, unstable leaders, which we'll get into all of those things. We can clearly see that our enemy is being affected by this testimony. And the Heavenly Father is moving. He's active. Things are getting active in the planet Earth. The scriptures say in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, that the end is associated with effects and wonders, effects and signs, man. And that's all brought forth by biblical prophecy, man. So we just through the spirit, go through a few things, mindset. Real quick, could we get 1 Peter 1:13? Real quick. Because we're getting ready to be tested. We always bring these aspects up, through prophecy. If you're, it's beautiful to know prophecy, but if your mind is not fixated, on salvation, if you're not rooted in faith, these things that are going to happen, are going to make you crash out. They're going to make you look for an excuse to blame the ministry and to not go through with the covenant. Because when you came into this truth, you entered into a covenant with Yahweh Bashim Shai to basically be obedient unto death. So as these things come onto the planet Earth, we have to know and understand we're going to be challenged. It's beautiful though, because it was all written. Yahweh Shai, and there's nothing that's happening that Yahweh Shai didn't warn us about. Right. We were warned of every aspect of the hell we're going through, trouble in the flesh. We have everything we need to say, okay, ain't time to turn back. It's time to get, hunker down. Set your house in order and get ready for salvation. Now, you said you had it?
Yep. Yeah, right. Now, 1 Peter 1:13. Wherefore, gird up the loins of your mind, be sober, and hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Yahushua HaMashiach.
Boom. There you go. Wherefore, gird up the loins of your mind and be sober. All right. And when we look at this word sober, real quick, I believe this is that word. Yep.
It's nefo.
Yep.
All right. It means to be sober. It's G3525. To be sober, to be calm and collected in spirit, to be temperate, dispassionate, circumspect.
Dispassionate. Now, that word dispassionate means not influenced by strong emotion. Mm-hmm. As so, all right, able to be rational and impartial, because we're getting ready to find ourselves in situations through all of these things. We're getting ready to get into a few of them that can cause emotion. You got your own spot, and a brother may have to stay with you through a hard time, and you live with your woman tripping, and we gonna get to the point where we got to be together. You gonna be in a you can't be influenced by her emotion. You can't be influenced by strong emotion. You have to do what's right in the spirit, and that's all subjective to the in the spirit. Of course, if there's another brother, they go to his house. Shit, right. But in the grand scheme of things, as Egypt falls, we're gonna lose things. Shit go get harder. You know what I'm saying? So we have to prepare ourselves for these things. These words were not meant to just stay in the page. They were meant to jump off the page.
Yes, right.
And they're here.
The straight gate is here.
It's upon us, man.
Yeah, definitely, because that's the only way we're going to get the kingdom.
That's it.
And
yep.
The scriptures already tell us how it's going to be.
Right.
If the hardships don't come, the kingdom comes.
Yes.
So to say, a time of trouble such as there was a nation even to that same time, and at that time,
right,
that people shall be dead.
There you go.
Yep.
So you have to be sober. So we have to make sure, as we get into Esau, because you look at Esau, he's a big, goofy, he's played out, he's childish, but that nigga crazy too. And he still got the power of the sword. He still has control over the media and legislation. He's the prince of the power of the air. So as we see our enemy, he's ready for the taking. He's through. He's still dangerous. He still got that left hook.
He gonna empty the clip.
You know,
Yeah.
he can throw a haymaker. You know what I'm saying?
Coming into times of uncertainty,
Yeah.
to remain dispassionate is key when you're in the midst of uncertainty and confusion. If you're pulled by your emotions, if you're pulled by your ties to the world, if you're pulled by, carnality, during times of uncertainty, you're gonna be caught out there.
Yeah.
You have to be cool. We have to be cool, calm, and collected in the spirit, Shalom, because we want to operate in obedience.
Right.
And like the angels are dispassionate as concerning following Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah. They don't got no emotion that's swaying them this way or that way. They're in complete order.
Right.
When the sun comes up, it's not like, oh, I gotta come up again. Like, I don't want the sunrise. It ain't no, the celestial bodies just operate. And we supposed to operate like that, the spirit.
Right.
Gotcha.
It's like it's turn.
Right. Why you
Both beds.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 14, I'll start at 13. It says, now therefore set thine house in order and reprove thy people. Comfort such as be in trouble and now renounce corruption. Let go from the mortal thoughts.
Now, the setting your house in order is very key. Of course, you have your house that your house, your household, but the true house that the Holy Spirit, is dwelling in is this body. So you have to set your house in order, get your mind right as concerning what we talking about here. What Yahweh Shai said, like it's big, it's bigger than we even know. Our words are basically moving mountains. Our words this devil is reacting. He's emotional. So he wants you emotional. This is why you have the story of a nigga going and fishing with 8 Edomites and the nigga drowns. And, they're trying to get that racial tension.
Mhm.
They're emotional. They want Jake emotional. You have Rubio talking about he stood before 67 countries or members of some council and basically said, we have to address this Antifa, this left-hand extremism. And he brought up Black Lives Matter out of nowhere. Like, what does that have to do with anything that's happening in the world right now? Showing you what type of time he on.
Because that shit completely failed.
Even in Charlie Kirk's funeral, Stephen Miller just got up cursing out the niggas. If you really listen to what he was saying, you're nothing. You never built anything. I'm like, wait, nigga. Edomite shot that nigga supposedly.
Man, what's that got to do?
Why are you mad? So he's emotional. That's showing you right now. If you look at this nigga, he's emotional. He's in his feelings right now. So this word got him operating and moving in a very interesting way. Now he's in the business of making himself a victim at the hands of left hand extremism. Like, nigga, the biggest issue with Babylon is the leaders.
Yeah.
The food's messed up. The entertainment is weaponized. Men and women don't get along. Farmers are being screwed. America's not great. Everything's high. A 1-bedroom, goddamn $2,000.
Right.
That's the true issue. What the left and what the hell are you talking about?
Niggas, yeah.
It's crazy because the biggest victimizer
Yeah,
wants to play the victim.
that's it.
And the biggest victimizer of them all is the small hats.
Mhm.
But they be acting like they just got it so bad.
Yeah,
How like somebody said, how are you gonna be the people? You got everything.
right.
Everybody gives you all kind of money. You don't even got to work.
Don't make sense.
So how you got it so bad?
Right.
Yeah, see, the one of the power that Esau has is to bring you into his realm. So he wants you to be carnal. So he pokes you, and the moment you step out of line, that's when he wins because that's his arena. It's just like your woman. She wants to trigger you. She want to get you to argue, and the moment you start to go back and forth, she wins.
Yep.
So that's what's happening. So if you look at, like, for example, James chapter 1, when he talks about a man being tempted, and you look into those words, it's like you're being lured from a position of safety, into his world.
Mm-hmm.
So our position of safety is in the truth. So the moment you leave that and you try to settle things carnally, you've lost because you've stepped away from your power and you're trying to do it on your own.
Yeah, that's it. You see Esau is good at what he does because that's what was given to him. You can't win Esau. You can't beat Esau with the sword.
Right.
He salivates when these jakes talking about, the not fucking around crew. They got their guns and we're ready for you. All right. That's what Esau salivates.
We got sticks at the camp.
Yep.
Yeah. They want you to flex because that's gonna give them the excuse to mows you down.
Yep.
He knows that's where he wins. He knows that's his advantage.
That's it.
Exactly.
But see the
He gonna
weapons.
pull you into that fight.
That's it. That's it.
Right.
Or he gonna force it. Or he can just tie you to Antifa. Antifa is just this gray area of it's not even a central place where people meet. It's just an ideology that just means you're anti-fascist. But what's wrong with being in the grand scheme of things? What's wrong with that? If you're anti a tyrant, if you're anti, you know, Esau, basically,
Yeah.
basically they're telling you right there what being mad at, and like they're showing you that nigga, if you're against Edomite supremacy, you are the problem.
Yeah.
So they can throw anybody into that.
Yeah.
It's a big umbrella.
That's the big umbrella. That's the power of Esau. The left hand. He's the accuser. He could just make up a term and tie anybody
Yeah,
to
and
it.
tie anybody to it.
Now they got anti-tech extremism.
There you
If you
go.
talk against AI and the data centers, they got a label
Right.
for brand new label for you now. President Minton.
Right.
So
So
what they was then?
Yep.
He said, if you don't do according to how they want you to do,
mhm,
they just turn off your chip.
that's it.
That's it. So basically, whenever you start put something down, it's ambiguous. It's open-ended because it's open for interpretation. They don't want it to be,
Finite.
specific because they want to be able to interpret it as needed.
Okay.
That's why for every situation, it's open-ended so they can say, okay, well, this situation, you have 10 different situations, but they're using the same law to judge it and then interpret it according to each one so they can judge everybody. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. This is you got some still?
Nah,
And that's why it says like, and that's why it says more term that right grievances which they have.
Yep.
Strive.
Oh, Slack.
Yeah, just read it.
Oh, okay.
And then I can get back to this.
Yep. Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed.
Prescribed, right? They planned it. They planned it upon their beds, like it talks about in Michael, man. Also talks about that in what's that? Psalm 64. The heart is deep. 64 and 8. The heart is deep, man. They plan these things out years in advance so they can execute the game plan. This technocracy that they've been putting together for these last 10, 15 years, we've been out there preaching, telling you, about the smart cities, the AI, supercomputing, 5, 6G technology, blockchain technology, all of these elements of the MOTB system. They've been planning this, man.
Yeah.
I remember the international. This is back when Christine Lagarde was over the International Monetary Fund. They came out with a whole memorandum. This is 2015, maybe before that, over virtual currencies. And inside of it, it talked about the implants. It talked about all these things that they're rolling out now. You see? So now you have this fake Strait of Hormuz blockage, which is all a game plan. And it's going to absolutely destroy the energy markets, which is going to lead to Europe collapsing and food riots.
Winter is coming.
Winter is coming. And so out of that chaos, they're going to need to have an answer. Right? So it's no telling how bad things are going to be once we get to the back end of October, November,
Yeah.
and really start getting into this thing, man. But we're telling you this is all a part of prophecy.
Yeah.
It's all a part of the game plan. So our mentality leading into this time is key, and understanding the devices of the wicked is key.
Yep.
Schemes.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's like pretty much we're expecting the blow.
Mm-hmm.
Most people out there don't even know the blow's coming. They ain't even seeing it. So when they hit them, they're going down to the canvas.
Yes, they're gonna be knocked out.
Yeah. So at least we have the ability to mentally resist it. Because we've been told, and we've been speaking about it, preaching about it, and we actually seeing it happening and coming to pass.
It's right here.
So when it does come to pass, it ain't gonna broadside us.
Right.
We're gonna be right there in the fray and through the straight and part of Yahweh Shemel Shai. We're gonna be able to maneuver around that. Because it's not an easy thing to maneuver in the midst of a crisis, especially when you're not used to a crisis happening all the time.
Right.
The people in other countries, they're used to hardships.
Right.
They're used to bombs blowing up around them, people getting shot in the head, and they seeing dead people in the streets. People in America ain't used to that. So when shit goes down and they start seeing shit like that, they're gonna be bugging out.
Right. Right.
You know, but the spirit's gonna have the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai is gonna have a calm spirit on us. Because it's like I said this before to the spirit, like what type of mind frame would you have to be in if the scripture say at calamity and famine you shall laugh? What kind of mind frame would you have to have in order to be able to laugh in a situation?
Right.
You would have to be somebody in the spirit who's encountered this already. And we encounter it every day because we're studying the prophet.
Yes.
Dispassionate.
Yes. So for you to make good judgment calls in high pressure situations, you have to be composed and prepared.
Go.
And that's what the elect are going to be.
Yep. Yeah. Back to 2 Ezra 14, verse 14 again. Let go from the mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen shall be done hereafter.
And this is easier said than done.
It is.
To put off mortal thoughts in a time where Satan is blatantly, well, the Lord, he's sick among us, but he's blatantly doing things that are geared towards making you emotional, or have to tap into the flesh. Especially if you got a woman, you want to do things, you got to try. It's hard, and that can become a burden on your mind. You're burdened with things, your job. You know what I'm saying? All of these things are burdens, but the scriptures is telling us to cast off worry about that shit.
But
Again, it's easier said than done. How do you do that? You have to tap into your Yahweh Shai, man. You have to,
That's it right there.
and only the Holy Spirit can really dwell in us and have us to, operate like that.
Right? Yeah, because when you look up that word, the comforter, in it goes back to the Greek word parakletos, which means an advocate. And then when you go down to, like, I think it's his third definition, and it says it describes the Holy Spirit, which would give the apostles the divine strength needed to undergo persecution on behalf of the kingdom, because you can't do it on your own. It's Yahweh Hashem Yahshua that's gonna give you the spirit to go through. So we can't even plan it to say, oh, when this time comes, we're gonna run to that city, we're gonna run to the mountains or whatever. I remember when we were pretty young in the truth, like a year or two, we said we're gonna run to the Blue Mountains or something like that. But now you know that it's Yahweh Hashem Yahshua that's gonna tell you where to go. The spirit literally is gonna move you. Because you in the flesh itself is going to be bugged out. The flesh itself is going to be bugged out. We don't know what we're going to do. So you want to ask, oh, what are you going to do? You're going to leave me and do this? I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do.
So the best thing to do is to submit yourself to the will of Yahweh Hashem Shai and be at peace with it.
Got it.
That taps into being meek. And even that right there, there's going to have to be the Lord is going to work a work. And this is everything that we're getting ready to go through is going to magnify his name above what happened in Egypt. So we ain't gonna lose. He ain't gonna leave us out to dry. So we have to basically be at peace. As a matter of fact, what did Yahweh Shai say? These things must be.
Yep.
What's that? What's that? Somebody find that?
Comfort is only gonna come from scriptures.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna come from nowhere else.
Right.
That's why the Lord say, cast your burdens on me. You know what I'm saying? When you get to the point where you're like, you don't know what to do, you do know what to do. Lean on the Lord. Trust in the scriptures. Trust in the words. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the comfort comes in knowing that we win. At the end of the day, even if a part of your walk is your spirit leaving your body, you still win.
Yeah.
Still win.
You see? So knowing that no matter how crazy it look or no matter how uncomfortable or painful it get, it's a victory.
Yep.
Because you stuck to the script. You know what I'm saying? It ain't what we gonna do in the last minute. You know what I'm saying?
We're down by 200. Ain't no play we can draw up
Nothing you can do
to win this game. We need the arena to blow up.
and that's the victory. That's the victory.
Miracles. You know what I'm saying? Or we need somebody to just press the button, our button, and so that our points can go up. Like there's no way we can win this game in the flesh.
You can't look at the test we about to go through with the eyes on your face.
Right.
You got to be through faith.
Right. Everything is a no-win situation. Your woman, everything that you got going on in the grand scheme of things, there it is no victory. If you look out into the future, how this shit gonna work,
You can't do it.
it's your children.
Yeah.
You as much as you love them in the grand scheme of things, you don't have control. Like there's gonna with the way this world is going, if divine intervention doesn't take place, we're screwed. every creation is screwed. If what we're saying ain't true, everything true.
Yeah.
I'm saying, can somebody get Revelation 3
Yep.
and 10 real quick?
All right.
Read 2 through 12, I believe.
All right, this is Revelation 3 and 10.
Because it right into what we talking about.
So Revelation 3 and 10, it reads, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
You see that? Because we coming up on the hour of temptation, and we've been telling people the hour of temptation been coming. But we also tell people that we're gonna get caught up in the middle of it too. And what they need, well, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you talking all the what you gonna do? We're gonna trust in the Lord.
We're going to have hope for the wide. Can I get that real quick?
Bring it out.
It's 2nd Ezra 7 and verse 18. It says, nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things, pathways of difficulty, and hope for the wide. For they that have done wickedly have suffered straight things, and yet shall not see the wise.
See that? So people in the straight gate, whether they want to be in the straight gate or not,
Yeah.
it's not an option. We'll say,
Like that now.
you come to a fork in the road, this ain't straight gate, go the easy way. No, you going through the straight gate anyway. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna end up straight. You're gonna end up right back on that same. You know what I'm saying? And you're not gonna know what to do. Go ahead.
Back to Revelation.
Yeah.
Back Revelation 3 and 10 again. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience.
If you keep the word of my patience, you see, everything that we've been talking about is coming to a head. Go ahead.
I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation,
Mm-hmm.
which shall come upon all.
Everybody gonna have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I say oh no, I want to go to eat. No, I don't want to do the straight gate. I already heard it's tax and it's hot. And you still gonna end up going through.
You see how Jake reacts when we talk about Jacob's trouble.
Yeah.
You know, they really react, and then they're acknowledging that Esau is going crazy. So what the fuck do you think that mean for you?
Come on now.
Come on, man.
Come on now.
That's
You're
trouble,
You're
nigga.
not gonna be able to hide.
You gonna have to face. You gonna have to go through that straight gate, calling on the name of the Yahweh, like
right.
The three holy children walked in that fire.
That's right.
They walked in the fire, praising the name of Yahweh Shemel Shai.
Bro, just imagine that.
Yeah.
Imagine that. They got you tied up and finna throw you in the hottest environment you've ever been in. But you call on Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And that's what I'm saying. When you read that story, they called on the Lord going into that fire. And he came. So fuck what they talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And the mindset was, even if the Lord doesn't deliver us, we still not gonna give up.
There you go.
We'll die having faith. So even if the Lord doesn't come, we'll die having faith still.
There you go.
That was the mindset.
We've been given a recipe on how to win.
That's it.
And that recipe on how to win ain't pushed amongst everybody that know they're Israelite.
Yeah, you got dudes talking about, well, what if they take 5 dudes and they hold you down and put the chip in you? Shut the fuck up.
That's faithless talk.
Yeah.
Now we a couple years ago, it was a bunch of talk every time we brought up Jacob's trouble. Ain't gonna be no Jacob's trouble. Yep. That just showed in itself the spirit that all these Jakes are in.
Mm-hmm. Right.
They say it's past already. They say slavery was Jacob's trouble. We're not gonna go through it anymore because this spirit, they don't want to go through it.
Well, your timeline is off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Due to your lack of faith, your timeline is wrong. Keep going.
You was about to say something? No. Okay.
Appreciate it. You know, this is why IUIC kept saying that. You know, that there ain't gonna be no Jacob trouble because their whole crew of people that follow them are under that comfort zone. You know, so they don't want to hear Jacob trouble. They want to hear, good things, evil things. You know?
Right.
Jacob's trouble don't make no money.
And that's gonna let you know how out they are, because they'll tell you it ain't gonna be no Jacob's trouble. But then they'll tell you that in the kingdom, Esau gonna rise up and we're gonna have to fight him again. Like, what? You all over the place. All over the place. Mm-hmm. With your friend's mini skirt on. Go ahead.
Revelation 3 and 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which will come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown.
And I was saying, Jake gave their crown away already. You see, in Sirach 2, it tell you about who gonna be defended and who not gonna be defended. Those that get weak and have feeble knees, they not gonna be defended. Right. If you hold fast, the Lord is gonna deliver you. That's why we got Revelation 3 and 10. You see, what's coming, you're gonna have to deal with it, whether you like it or not. But what are you gonna do in that time? You see, the Lord said, if you keep my word, I'm gonna keep you. I got you.
That's it right here.
But not
You keep
okay.
my words, I keep you. I got you because you look at that word, you the guard. You keep me, I keep you. I got you. You just need to do what you need to do. No,
Right.
don't worry about when that day comes. I got you. Just do what you need to do. No, I got you. Then
That's how it works.
But now I had a precept on the comment board. Shalom, bro. This is 2 Thessalonians 1 in the MSG. It says, all this trouble is clear sign that God has decided to make you fit for the kingdom. You're suffering now, but justice is on the way. When the master Yahweh Shah appears out of heaven, let me go to the next comment. Out of heaven in a blaze of fire with his strong angels. He'll even up the score, by settling accounts with those who gave you such a bad time.
It's that reference.
Up the score.
Up the score.
Yeah.
Bro, how the hell Benai be finding?
That'd be a point.
But now, bro, that's that man.
Man, bro.
Like he is full with the MSG.
I got the tribulation makes you fit for the kingdom.
Yeah.
Nothing worth having comes easy. Even if you look at it kindly, you want to be a great athlete, you have to suffer. Right?
Now-
Nothing worth having comes easy.
And that's where the comfort come from. You see, that's where the comfort come from. So if you thinking with that mindset that the Lord already said He gonna do what He gonna do, there you go. Cause Jake trying to find anything to grab a hold to except the Lord.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's a package deal. They think they're gonna take the glory, but you're not gonna go through any adversity. It don't work like that.
Yeah.
The Howard Shah is a complete package deal.
Right.
You know?
That's right.
When the mother asked, "Can my two sons facing on either side?" What do you say? Can they drink of the cup that I'm drinking of?
That's it.
So you want the good life in the kingdom? You gotta drink of the cup.
You gotta suffer.
Yeah.
Yep. Continue with it.
Likewise, with the same mind that was in Yahweh Shah.
That's right.
Yep.
Somebody
You
say
gotta
something?
you gotta continue with him in his tribulations.
They tell you in Romans 8. You know what I'm saying? If you suffer with the Lord, you'll be glorified with the Lord. They don't say you just gonna go straight into glory. Yahweh Shah himself can go straight into glory. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, it's like it says, if you don't take chastisement, you're a bastard and not a son.
None of his.
12th chapter.
Well, I don't care about you. I'm gonna beat you.
Right.
Who cares?
We always talk about what teacher or what coach. The teacher and the coach ain't getting up to you. They don't give a damn about you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you trash.
Yeah, whatever JB like the coach did like me. That's because you sorry.
Yeah.
Could be sorry. You got precept.
Yeah, again, bro brought up that Revelation 3 and 10, so I got a precept to that really quick. Okay, for sure.
This is Sirach 4:28. It says, "Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for you." It's real simple to the cut. You do your part.
You gotta
You
know
know
that.
by Shemal Shah, they'll make intercession when we fall short. You know?
Intercession.
Right.
Get
But it's key. You gotta make effort too. Jake think they can just do a Dion high step. Jake want to get carried into the kingdom. You know, it don't work like that. Through much tribulation,
Right,
we enter into the kingdom of the Most High.
right. Yeah, well, like the greatest man to ever exist didn't go through it that way. So how much, like, if he didn't have to go through it, if he had to go through tribulation, you for damn sure gotta go through it. It's just that simple, you know? But I got this in not Jeremiah, excuse me, Baruch, the 6th chapter. Here in the Apocrypha, it says Epistle of Jeremiah, chapter 6. I'm going to read through verses 4 through 7. But it says, and you brought up that Daniel 3 as well as an example of the 3 holy children. But it says, now when ye shall see in Babylon gods of silver and gold and of wood borne upon shoulders, which cause the nations to fear, beware therefore that ye in no wise be like to the strangers. Because we're coming into a time right now, these people are attached to these idols and they're getting ready to pretty much, they've already sold their souls, but they finna bite down on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We finna really be like in a position what we're experiencing, what our forefathers experienced.
Right.
You know?
Well, I did a video and Anton Daniel said, I'm not like you can fight against AI all you want, but that's what they doing, nigga. I'm going with the times.
Yep.
That's gonna be that's gonna be the mindset of
Yes, sir.
these people.
Yep.
Even those who rebel, after a while they gonna get tired and be like, fuck it, I'm gonna just they doing it anyway. So you know
They have no hope.
they have no hope.
That's right.
I would say it's that thought process that's gonna have Esau so hot, because there's gonna be so many people that's gonna take the chip. The people that resist it, he gonna be like, "How dare you?"
Who you think you
You know
is?
what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be easy for everybody else because you got niggas like Anton Daniels.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, I ain't finna get left behind. You nigga, you finna get fried, dyed, and laid to the side.
I
You're
mean,
not gonna win.
we in this thing, so we think nobody's gonna take it. It seems ridiculous. No,
People gonna be
everybody gonna be taking it.
They're gonna be
They're
taking
gonna be
it.
taking it.
especially everybody in your family, your
They
woman,
gonna all take it.
I remember in Babylon when Daniel and the three holy children, they refused to bow.
Yeah.
It said basically the Chaldeans started blaming them, the Jews.
Mm.
It's Daniel 3:8. Wherefore at that time certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews.
There you go. There you go.
Saying basically they ain't bowing, you know what I'm saying? To the idol. So we find ourselves in a similar situation,
Right.
with the image of the beast now taking the form of a technocracy. They're getting ready to make this the standard of how you function on earth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So there's aspects of it we deal with,
Yeah.
but there's gonna come a point where we're by commandment, we can't bow.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that's gonna put you in a very, very
A rock and a hard place.
rock and a hard place.
Yeah. And we're gonna be made out to be the reason why society can't move forward.
Yeah.
All the shit that's going array, they're gonna be like, people like this
Right.
is the reason why we can't get back to normalcy.
Right.
That's right. That's right.
Selassie said that in the movie 1984. When anybody went against it, what they did, they scandalized and made it public.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then in order for them to make penance, they had to say, they did this, they laid with prostitutes, they contracted syphilis, they did, they went against the whole protocol. So that was like their form of chastisement,
Right. That's right.
making an open, show of them.
Mhm.
They became infamous.
Right. Right. And Revelation 13 comes to mind where it tells you for those that did not bow down to the image of the beast, the same would be killed.
Sure.
And that's what's getting ready to take place. That mass ostracizing that they're about to do, that chastising they're about to do. But this is back in the
And that's all part of the plan, because it's like Esau don't play fair.
Nope.
He's gonna put you in a bad position to where you're gonna have to make a choice.
That's right.
And the choice that you have is not really a choice. It's his way or the highway.
Hmm.
That's why eventually it's gonna go from voluntary to mandatory. And the reason why we know it's gonna be mandatory eventually is because the scriptures speak about those that got beheaded because they refused to take the MOTB.
Got
See? You got
Kind of awesome. This is back in Baruch chapter 6, verse 5. It says, beware therefore that ye in no wise be like to strangers, neither be ye afraid of them when ye see the multitude before them and behind them worshiping them. But say in your hearts, O Lord, we must worship thee. And that's the thing about it, while everybody's following Esau's protocol, you're going to have that small remnant that's actually choosing the Lord. Right. They're choosing the spirit when the spirit looks insignificant to carnal eyes. You got that small remnant that's going to choose the spirit and be delivered eventually.
Yeah, it's a lot good, brother. That's why, hey, brother, you're hitting his points. And that's why the scripture say that there's going to be a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord.
That's right.
Because there's going to be a spiritual resistance. But Esau's carnal, so he's not going to look at spiritual things. He's going to come, with the boom. He's going to lower the boom, and then the Lord going to hit him with that uppercut.
That's right.
When the enemy shall come in like the flood, the spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. They're going to push him back.
Got one more verse, this precept, and it backs to the Revelation 3 and 10, that precept Benai brought out. But verse 10 says, for my angel is with you, and I myself caring for your soul. So we got a protection. Revelation 3 and 10, I will keep you from the hour of temptation.
The angel was with them.
Exactly.
Because real quick, this is somebody get Daniel 9 and 2 real quick. Because who wrote that, what you just read?
Baruch. Yeah,
but he was described
technically Jeremiah.
Described for Jeremiah.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at the faith that Shadrach, Meshach, what was the name? And Daniel, they read that.
Yes, sir.
As a matter of fact, we get Daniel 9 and 2, somebody?
Daniel chapter 9, verse 2 says,
Can I say something real quick about the shop? And then based off what you said, the angel, what was that last part you read?
Read that again. That's big.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I know you're gonna make your point, but I
No, you got it.
because
You got it.
that brought another precept in mind. Okay?
This is back in Baruch 6 and 7. For my angel is with you, and I myself caring for your souls.
See, and then what the apostle Paul said, he told those men in the ship, that fear not, for my angel, which I am, sat with me this night and told me that we're gonna be good. We all got ship. So pretty much, the Lord is gonna keep us. And we don't know exactly how it's gonna go down. We don't know if we're gonna actually see the Lord, an angel of the Lord actually appear before us. We don't know how it's gonna go down, but the Lord is gonna guide us somehow, some way. And that's why the scripture that was read earlier, because you have kept the word of my patience, because you suffered for my word, I'm gonna also keep you from the hour of temptation. These people out here that don't want to suffer for the word, they're gonna be caught up in the hour of temptation. Because the scripture also says when we are chastened, or when we are judged, or no, when we are chastened by the Lord, it's so that we don't be judged with the world.
Mhm.
The world don't get the chastisement because the world is going to be judged, and they're not going to be protected from what's coming. But you got it, Elder.
Daniel, yeah.
Daniel chapter 9, verse 2. In the first year of his reign, I, Daniel, understood by books the number of the years, whereof the word of the Most High, the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah the prophet, that he would accomplish 70 years in the desolations of Jerusalem.
See that? So that letter you just read, because did you read verse 2?
I didn't read verse 2. It said it does. I can go back and
Yep.
I can go back to it.
Just read, because everything that he wrote,
Yeah.
just like us right now, we're being comforted by what the prophet said. You know what I'm saying? Daniel literally read that letter that Shar was reading and remembered, like, oh, the angel will be with him. And the angel was with him. Literally, the angel was in the furnace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he read that letter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So in a sense, that kind of fulfilled this, and you know what I'm saying? It's still gonna echo and have patterns of it, but that right there, the angel is directly there.
We have the scriptures to comfort.
Yep. God. This is back in Baruch 6, just starting at the top. It says, because of the sins which ye have committed before the Most High, ye shall be led away captives into Babylon by Nebuchadnezzar, king of the Babylonians. So when ye be come into Babylon, ye shall remain there many years, and for a long season, namely 7 generations. And after that, I will bring you away peaceably from thence.
And
That was
he
the point
said,
right
don't
there.
bow to their idols.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, I'm going to read it in the NLT, Daniel 9 and 2. During the first year of his reign, I, Daniel, learned from reading the word of the Lord as revealed to Jeremiah the prophet that Jerusalem must lie desolate for 70 years.
Oh, man.
So that very commandment, like, nigga, when you see these niggas doing all, don't do that shit.
Don't do it. Out there.
That's what comforted them.
Right.
They got assurance from Jeremiah, the angel will be with you.
Yeah, right.
So we have assurance through the prophets that the angel will be with us.
That's right. That's right.
So it's the same concept.
Yeah.
And then you had the apostle Peter, right? He was next in line to get his head chopped off, but the Lord delivered him.
He sure did.
Well, we don't know exactly how James. I don't think it said he got beheaded, but he got put to death by Herod. And Peter was next in line, but the Lord delivered him. And I'm not sure if that's the same account. If there's another account where he was in prison and the angel smote him on the side while he was sleeping,
I believe that's the account.
and he told him to get up
Yeah.
and walk into the, and he was like still kind of groggy,
Mm-hmm.
and then when the first gate opened, he was still. By the time the second gate opened, he realized, oh shit,
Yeah.
the Lord delivered me.
Yep. He thought he was dreaming or something like that.
Yeah. So it's heavy, because and then what did he do? He didn't run to the mountains to escape. Said, fuck this, I ain't going back to that prison no more. Fuck that. No, he went
Work.
right
Yep.
to work.
Straight up.
Hey, the apostle Paul, he got stoned. He was dead. They pulled him out the city. He got up, dusted himself off, and went right back to teaching.
Yeah.
So that shows you that in the time of adversity, like the brother was saying earlier, the Lord is going to have a spirit on his men to continue on no matter how hard shit gets.
And part of putting us in that mindset to be like, fuck everything, I'm about this, is the Lord gonna take stuff from us.
Yeah.
Taking stuff from us is a necessary thing for us to be in the right mindset. You might start to look at like, damn shit, my life fucking up, what's going on? But it's necessary for you to be who the Lord needs you to be. We gotta lose it. So we gotta sever our attachments to this place to be all in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just like,
no one ever got anything without sacrificing something. You don't go to the gym and get fit unless you sacrifice something. That's your time, your energy. You get into it, and it's like you get out of it what you put into it. If you half fast, then you're gonna half fast. But if you put your dedication into it, after a while, it's gonna show.
God, that's right.
Same thing with the truth.
Man.
There's a kickback. This is why Yahweh said, to build up your your bank account in heaven. I'm just merely paraphrasing.
Yeah.
Matthew 6.
Yeah, you know, because it's like basically you have to be on the mindset that whatever we do in righteousness for the Lord's sake, even though we don't see the benefit right now, eventually it's going to turn around or we'll be able to withdraw from that account,
Right.
you know, when the time comes. But if you don't put nothing in there and you go to withdraw, it's going to be like, you know, you in the negative.
He made no investments.
Yes,
The Lord told us he gonna everything that we forsake or we lose in this world, we get 100-fold. And what the brother last night said, that's the bare minimum. I forgot which elder said that. The 100-fold is the bare minimum.
Yeah, that's
You know.
That's a number that's tied to the Lord promised infinite glory.
Yeah.
It's just like Eleazar in the Apocrypha when they was like, look, man, we just eat some turkey and just eat something lawful and we'll say it was pork. And he was like, shit, I'm 90 years in the game. Like, no,
Yeah.
I'm for the Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm for the Lord. I was saying, so you telling me I've been in the truth for 90 years? You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this thing my whole life and just to be in captivity for a little bit longer. I'm gonna turn my back on the Lord. He was like, no.
Yeah.
You see? So that's the same concept with us. We like, nah, man, Peter asked the Lord, what you gonna get? And Yahweh said, in the regeneration, you gonna get this, and this.
Right.
And they said, come on anyway. It ain't like when the Lord said you gonna get in the regeneration. You was like, regeneration? No, see, I need it now.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. To hell with this place, man. This whole setup. There was this human experience
So,
in this body is it's done.
a nigga would have said.
It's overrated. We done did everything we can do. You see? Taking those last years of your life, however many it may be your years in this truth, you was born again. So you started from scratch. You see? You was born again when I had to come back from the spirit world.
Yeah.
So you gonna give all that up? You gonna give all that up? You know what I'm saying? Just to be in extra captivity? Because taking the MOTB is not a flex.
Yeah.
It's not like you win if you take that shit. It gets worse. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause it even tell you in the layout in Revelation 16.
Yeah.
It said your body gonna start bubbling from inside out before the Lord destroy your ass. He gonna let you know you fucked up first, and then he gonna finish you off.
Yeah.
Super cancer.
So we know that. So when they like, okay, well, we're gonna chop your head off. Okay, so you telling me you finna chop my head off because I don't want to take this mark. That let me know that I'm worthy. Because it says those that got beheaded for the testimony of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Those are the ones who ruled with him forever.
You stamp.
So if you telling me, I need to hear you say it. I need to hear you say. So you telling me if I don't take this weak ass chip, you gonna chop my head off? We'll get to chopping.
Yeah.
That's the spirit that's gonna be on those men.
You should be turned up and hear that.
You know? That's what I'm saying.
I'm stuck at being alive anyway.
I'm telling you.
Man.
I'm telling you. Look at this shit.
I'm dead at sleeping though. It's light out here. Outside shit.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 40. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away.
I was like, even though I know I got to go to work Monday, I know that the Lord is finna still crash this place.
Yeah.
So you got to have that mentality.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And we know the prophecies. You already know that Jacob's trouble, the mark of the beast, and World War III is all brewing up at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Why you in traffic on your way to a job you don't want to go to? The Lord's still moving. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna talk about me sitting in traffic on 635 on my way to work. It's gonna talk about me out on the highways and the byways, standing stiffly. That's what it's gonna talk about when it talk about those men.
Yeah. The people that lose out on salvation, it's because they have ties to this world. You want to control a man, you give him what he wants, or you take it away.
Yep.
But the elect want the kingdom of heaven. This devil can't give or take away the kingdom of heaven.
Exactly.
So they can't be manipulated.
There's no leverage.
That's the difference between those that are going to be saved and those that's not.
That's right.
Yeah, their ability to sacrifice. It's beautiful how the Lord calls us priests. Because when you look at the ancient priesthood, yeah, they offered sacrifice, but their lives were sacrifices.
Yeah.
You know,
They had no inheritance.
You said what?
They had no inheritance.
They had no inheritance. They literally had to do work 7 days out of the week serving the Lord. In serving the Lord, you couldn't be with your woman every night. You know what I'm saying? You had to be purified. You had to be sanctified and set apart. So the Lord is literally setting up a priesthood like a motherfucker, man. Yeah. And the first mindset of a priest is sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice.
Yeah.
You know?
Got it. Verse 41 again, 2 Ezra 16. He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. He that occupieth merchandise as he that hath not no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. He that soweth as if he should not reap, so also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes.
Yeah. Yep. And we not offended by that mindset.
Right. No, that dispassionate, indifferent, just rolling.
I'm telling you.
Yep.
And
Dead to the world, but alive in Yahweh Shai.
yep. So those prayers and those curses that we throw up, they working. They being heard. They piercing the clouds.
Right.
You know.
Because those things that he mentioned, he said, be as pilgrims. So pilgrim, we all know is someone traveling to a holy place. So where you stop and eat, you ain't getting, you know what I'm saying? You understand, I got to keep moving anyway.
Yeah.
Bro, every week, brothers is helping brothers move.
Yeah. Babylon is not the final destination.
Right.
Yeah.
Prophetically.
Into it if you're not settled, right? So you moving and everything like that, you're not gonna feel no type of way.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you know you're moving on.
So I say every week a brother moving.
Yep.
That's spiritual.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Pilgrims.
Yeah.
Hey, I like this precept in the NLT, second Timothy 2, verse 3, where the point is at 4. Endure suffering along with me as a good soldier of Yahushua. Soldiers don't get tied up in the affairs of civilian life,
Man.
for then they cannot please the officer who enlisted them.
Man.
Yeah.
Man.
Worried about this, worried about that.
You entangled in it.
Yeah, that's not fair.
That's like you getting deployed, to Afghanistan or some other country, and you getting tied up in the local politics. You meet some chick and
You there for war.
yeah, you there for war. You meet this chick you find love. You
FaceTiming on the battlefield.
Like involved in the affairs of Afghanistan and shit.
yeah, you helping the locals overthrow the government and stuff like that. You just tied up.
He blew up on FaceTime.
The bitch made falafel from scratch. Bugged out, eyes open, like nigga, you lost.
Yeah, who can do it?
No.
Oh man.
Like,
good
you
point.
got to be detached.
That's right.
Because if you tangled in it, when it's time to move, you got to do all of this untangling you through.
And when they came at Eleazar, you mentioned Eleazar earlier, they were hoping that he was attached to his own life.
Yeah.
But he wasn't. He's like, I'm not going to mess up my reputation. And on top of that, I'm a man of status. People know I've been walking after the Lord.
Yeah.
If I do this shit,
I'm
bring a lot of people down with me.
So I can either go to the spirit world
Yeah.
or I can stay here and eat turkey with you niggas.
Yeah.
For a couple more years.
The fuck out of here. Fuck that turkey.
And stain all the work I did, because the things we do now is going to be attached to your eternal reputation.
Mhm.
The shit we doing right now is going to be attached to us on the other side.
Right.
You don't want to be one of them niggas. Yeah. You don't want to be one of them.
We're just gonna tell them it's pork, but it's bison. Get out of here, man.
The rest of them gonna be eating pork though.
Come on now.
Yeah, when you read the scriptures, you have righteous men, you have wicked men.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be forever. It's forever written. It's good to speak about a good name.
Yeah.
That precious on man.
Yeah.
What we do here is going to be written about forever.
That's it right there.
That example is all through the scriptures. You see the house of David versus the house of Saul.
Right.
Saul gonna always be attached to that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The house of Saul gonna always be attached to that fall off. You see, they were scared instead of trusting the Lord. Somebody else
I got one.
bring yours out there. Bring yours out.
Cool. This is on Galatians 6 and 17, because you brought up the example of being beheaded, and the affliction that we catch, ultimately proves that we belong to Yahushua. So this is Galatians 6 and 17. I'm gonna start at 16 actually. It says, and as many as walk according to this rule, peace be on them and mercy and upon the Israel of the Most High. From henceforth, let no man trouble me, for I bear in my body the marks of the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach. So the point was there, don't let no man trouble you, because a time of trouble is coming. When we stay grounded in Yahushua, what they're getting ready to threaten you with, what they're getting ready to talk about ain't gonna faze you. Because it already says, I'm gonna read it again, for I bear in my body the marks of the Lord Yahushua. So you ain't worried about being beheaded. That word mark there in the Greek is pronounced stigma. And when you go into the definition of stigma, one of the definitions literally means the mark that a soldier bears that shows forth that he belongs to said Lord or said God. So he's using this example to show forth what you go through, whether you're being beheaded, whatever the case is a mark to show that you belong to Yahushua. You know, you brought the point out, so that came to mind.
Right, because it tells you that those that get beheaded for the witness of Yahweh shall reign with him for 1,000 years.
That's right.
First day of forever. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that's what I'm saying. When Esau come to be like, well, if you don't take this chip, I'm gonna cut your head off.
Okay.
In the spirit, you're gonna know that this is prophecy being fulfilled.
Right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Versus not knowing that this is the prophecy and folding.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
One of the definitions of stigma is a scar of service.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So those marks that Paul bore and getting beat, you know what I'm saying, were basically like
Balance.
rites of passage.
That's right. That's right.
It's like getting a Purple Heart in the military. Proof that you down.
You see?
You know.
That's right.
You gotta have that mindset.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the Lord has given us that mindset.
Yeah.
What to say? The Lord has not given us the spirit of fear, but the spirit of power and love and a sound mind.
Yeah.
You see, that's the spirit that those that get beheaded is gonna have.
Right report.
You know what I'm saying?
The right report.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know, like that fearful report, the 10 spies.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I was
They
thinking.
were scared, you know what I'm saying? But we got are fully confident that our Lord can take these devils down
That's right.
with all of their power, with all of their, they got left-handed angels.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, man.
When Daniel the 12th chapter says a time like never before, and Jake is bringing up, well, we already got fed to alligator. What about an electric alligator?
Man.
That don't get tired.
Yeah.
Right? They can run, they can swim forever.
You don't stop.
But the nigga
Yeah.
powered off air.
He got some shit that the shit that he got in the back is
Yeah,
gonna look like magic to people.
it's an angel.
Yeah.
That's why I said Michael and his angels are gonna fight against the dragon and his angels.
Yeah.
These are literal left-handed angels and principalities that we're witnessing. It's no way to win in the flesh. You know,
Man.
so hope and what the Lord has promised is the only way that's gonna be let go get through. You know?
Read your precept. Just real quick, just laying back and on the point Elias Warren just made about, Jake, they try to come up with that, the case of, we went into slavery, that was Jacob's trouble. But the thing is, Daniel 12:1, it says at that time, Michael shall stand up. Michael didn't stand up.
Going slavery, right?
As a matter of fact, the Lord had a chariot to show Christopher Columbus where we were. So let me show you these niggas at.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So now that Jacob's trouble.
Right.
Right. So this is just adding to the point that Preacher Juan had made about how what we're doing right now is basically going to follow us into the world to come. This is 2 chapter 7 and verse 35. And the work shall follow, as it's like say in Revelation 14:12, blessed are those that down the Lord for henceforth, that they may rest in their leisures and their work and follow them. So everything that we're doing, starting with our beloved apostles, their teachers, and the men on down, like it's literally this is that investment, and it's going to ultimately show forth in the next age to come. It says, and the work shall follow, and the reward shall be shown, and the good deeds shall be of force, and wicked deeds shall bear no rule.
You know what that goes with? Revelation 3:10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
That's right. That's right.
So good works will be a force, but good works right now are not a force.
Right.
Good works right now looked down upon.
Mhm.
These guys are a bunch of dummies, snow bunnies. They used to call it snow bunnies and all that crazy shit. But all of that is building up that spiritual bank account.
Yeah.
And when that time comes, those works are going to be a force.
Yeah, we cash out.
Marks. in the
That's it.
spirit.
And these other individuals, their bridge is going to be out.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the bridge on the TV. Their bridge is going to be out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be a big ass.
Yeah.
You can't get it across that.
They gonna be overthrown.
That's it.
No foundation.
No foundation. Nothing to stand on. No pillar.
Cooked.
Yep. Fried that and make sure it's got
Malaka had a precept.
This is Hebrews 13:14. It says, "For here we have no continuous city, but we seek one to come. By him, therefore, let us offer the sacrifice of praise to Yahweh continually. That is the fruit of our lips, giving thanks to his name." And like you said, that sacrifice is going to have us, with something to stand on in that day, and that's the end of this testimony that we hold. That's going to be our leg, for salvation, which these niggas not going to have access, that bridge that you mentioned. They're not going to be able to cross over. They can't. The elect is going through the straight gate.
Matthew 6, store up your treasures in heaven. You see? You see how all these precepts come together to where it makes sense? Last night we was talking about at the camp. If you got the mindset that a snake walked up to a chick with an apple and messed the world up, you ain't gonna be able to store up no treasures in heaven. You're gonna have to understand it too. You know what I'm saying?
He's gonna take the chip.
You gonna fold like clean sheets.
Yeah. Yeah, the only way you get access to that supernatural covering that we're gonna need is if you have faith. And you ain't gonna have you prove your faith by the works that you do, how you conduct yourself.
Hey.
And it's gonna be a small portion of people that get access to that supernatural covering in the days to come.
That's what I said, and those spirits happened before the world was created. You know what I'm saying? Before the world began, those spirits was already destined to do that.
Yes,
You see?
It's the faith in itself it's a gift. So you have to beg the Heavenly Father that let me be one of those men. I hope I'm one of those men. Right? Because it's not you going out there to seek him. Yahushua said, you didn't come to me. I chose you. I called you. So we in this truth, none of our own righteousness, none of anything that we have done, because we're all filthy. Right? Yahushua called us, and hopefully we are chosen. We're all called. Hopefully we're chosen. So we have to pray to the Heavenly Father that when that day comes, we're under a shadow. There's a football field where I bring my son. He used to do like football summer camp, and there's a huge tree, and under the tree, there's the grass around the shadow of the tree. It's all green and lush, but the grass that's outside the shadow of the tree is burned and it's brown. So we have to pray to be under that shadow. That when that destruction comes, we're covered. So we don't gotta worry. The scripture says at destruction and famine, we're gonna laugh.
Right.
So we gotta pray that we're part of that elect, we're part of that number, that all works here come for something.
Prisoners of hope.
Prisoners of hope.
You see, with us being prisoners of hope, we understand that that blessing is meant for somebody.
Yeah.
And then you look at the world and you see how many people they're not even aware of it. If they are aware of it, they don't care. You know what I'm saying? But we like, nah, man. Look, as messed up as this world is, the Lord said he gonna save somebody. I'm trying to be one of them somebodies.
Right.
I'm surrounded by brothers that want to be them somebodies.
Right.
So to hell with outside the tree.
And
to hell with outside the shadow. You know what I'm saying?
and that shadow, just so you can kind of put in your mind how small it's gonna be, because how many people actually give credit to Yahushua the way that it's supposed to be given credit? Man. Just amongst the people that you
small sanctuary.
A small sanctuary. There's a lot of people, they may know the name Yahushua, but they look at him as, oh, he was just another prophet.
Or do they know that was him in the wilderness day?
They don't know.
Right.
No.
They're not really intimate with Yahushua. They don't have a close relationship with him. So the people that's gonna have access to it's gonna seem like the Lord ain't saving nobody.
Yeah.
It's 2 Ezra 9 and 15, 16, a wave to a drop.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when you being amongst the men that know what we know, you should feel privileged to make you want to go harder because you know that I actually got a legitimate chance.
Absolutely. Yeah.
As he created, you shall be saved.
Yeah, I got a precept. All right, this is 1 Peter 4 and verse 18. It says, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
Damn.
Man.
By the skin of their teeth.
Yeah.
Scarcely be the man that's on fire for Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Yeah.
Scarcely?
Yes.
Damn, come on.
Yeah, and the Greek word G3433, I think it's molis. It says with difficulty, hardly, not easily, i.e., scarcely, very rarely.
That's just like that movie Immortals. At the very end of the movie, the last of the movie, you had it was a fight between the two main characters, and then as the building was collapsing and all that, by the time
second,
yeah,
it was beat
you know what
up.
I'm saying? He got beamed up and everybody else got I'm talking about it was literally what we talked about with Abraham was about to sacrifice Isaac. It don't take much time to get from here to here, Jack.
Yep.
It don't.
It was right there.
And he was Isaac was delivered. You know what I'm saying? For the time being. It don't take much, bro, to go from here to here. That's quick.
That's less than a second.
But the Lord is faster than that.
Yeah. Hey, that's why the scripture said that when we get beamed up, we're gonna be praising the Heavenly Father because we're probably gonna be going up while the mist is coming down.
Yeah. Simultaneously.
Simultaneous, yes.
Well, Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, when it paints the picture for you, it kind of like lets you know that the people gonna be knowing their destruction is inevitable,
Yeah.
and they're gonna be seeing that these people that we call, snow bunnies or whatever, they're the people of God.
Yeah, they snow dummies.
Yeah, snow dummies.
Out teaching.
Yeah, in the snow, in the cold. I was in Pittsburgh. I was up there in the cold. Damn.
I got which Psalm 5. I can read it.
Fools for your house, I say.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Right. Wisdom of Solomon 5 verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors.
Okay.
When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for.
When we told somebody, the people that get saved, the Lord gonna come in spaceships and beam them up. His missiles are falling. They'll look at you crazy.
Get out of here.
They'll put your ass in that straight jacket right away.
That's gonna be the last thing they see.
Yeah.
That's the last. That's gonna be the last thing they gonna see. You know what I'm saying? Is the men of the Lord get delivered? Because they had so much to say about it. Yeah, but however the Lord gonna do it, however much time that's gonna look. I guarantee you, if you get beamed up, you ain't worried about nothing else but getting beamed up.
Right.
Yeah, you don't give a damn about. I told you, fuck all that.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
You going up?
Yes, sir. Yep.
That's it.
Them that be like unto you on a whole nother level at that point.
Yeah.
And they're gonna have just enough time to regret it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Just enough time to
Yep.
regret
They
it.
said, oh, that damn, it was them.
Yeah.
It was some stinking ass dirty bums.
Yeah.
Oh man. Boom.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
It's saying that chapter. Therefore, have we erred?
Yeah,
away.
I can read down to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? When just like if you take that chip, that sword you're gonna get before you get fired up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it's gonna be.
You gonna get the missiles with a sword on your ass.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, in the prior chapter in Wisdom of Solomon 4, it tells you that their sins will pretty much be a witness to them in front of their faces.
Yep.
So when all that happens, they're meditating on the shit that they fucked up on, the shit that they talked. That's why when you segue into 5 and 1 and read down, that's why they're groaning in their spirit. Because their sins are their accusers to their face at that moment.
And they shall know that I am the Lord.
There you
And
go.
they shall know that there was a prophet
Right.
among them.
Yeah.
Go.
You see, that's gonna be their last stop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the Lord wanted that way.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
But the 5th chapter is the inner monologue of the wicked
Yeah.
as they get destroyed.
Yep.
So, and verse 3, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach.
Yep.
We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. How is he numbered among the children of God and his lot among the saints?
That's what I'm
It can't be.
And the time that you thinking that,
Boom.
that's the Lord can stretch that time out.
Yeah.
You can be watching. Y'all remember when I told y'all about that dream I had where I saw missiles actually hitting people? I'm talking about the tip of a missile hit the nigga in the face type shit.
Yeah.
Bro, when I woke up from that dream, I was sweating like I was on trial. Scared as hell.
Yeah, the Lord can stretch out those few seconds into an eternity. And
Yeah.
have you suffering right there.
So
Just going over your regrets.
why the men of the Lord, why the elect is getting beamed up, you feeling that.
Yep.
Yeah.
For however long it is for you to get a point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's gonna be the first time the wicked take accountamibility. Because these people don't take responsibility for shit. This gonna be the first time they actually take like, damn, I was tripping.
And that's going to happen because in Isaiah 6, when the Lord said to Isaiah, go on and tell his people, hear ye indeed, but understand not. Isaiah was like, until when? Until the end, until everything be destroyed. That's when. So that's when the veil is going to be lifted up. When the destruction is coming, the Lord is going to lift it up, open their eyes. Fuck, I missed it.
That's it.
Yep.
I missed
the
it.
bus.
Yeah, I missed the bus.
It's funny because the veil is lifted off the elect, but it's not lifted off of them.
Right.
Like you said, at that time, boom. Then because the world's gonna know.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, verse 6, that's why verse 6 says, therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness has not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us.
Yep. I messed up. And what the Lord had his prophets telling us was the truth. Everybody gonna know the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Back to the spirit world you go.
Yeah.
Cooked.
That verse right there shows that there's a spirit of blindness that's on them.
Yeah.
So, it's a spirit that's on them to be blind.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 plus 2 is 4.
Yeah.
And that's another reason not to pull teeth for the motherfucker.
Yeah.
It just show you that they're divinely blinded.
Mhm.
There's nothing you could do with no. You could be as articulate as you want to be.
Yeah.
But if it ain't meant for a motherfucker to get it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Nigga can't get it. We're moving on.
And get more bees with honey, all you want.
Yep. Got a quick one.
Bring it out.
This is Ecclesiastes 7:28. The point is in the beginning of the verse. It says, "Which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man out of 1,000 have I found, but a woman out of all have I not found." But the point is, one man out of 1,000. So that's a small remnant right there. The masses are meant to be destroyed. There's only a few that's meant to be saved. The scripture says 1 out of 1,000. It's a lot. 1,000's a lot of people.
It's way less than 1%.
Come on, man. That's 0.0001%.
And when it comes to the woman, you didn't find that one either.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why no man. Somebody get that. No man war get a tangle with the furs and like too. Yeah, we were talking about that last night. We was like, we're up in the end. I don't give a fuck about no damn kindergarten graduation.
Yeah.
Right. The fuck out of here.
Yeah, if you get caught up in your woman at this point, you tripping, man.
Say kindergarten graduation. This little nigga done graduated from coloring and taking naps, and I'm supposed to turn my back on the Lord.
Where the books?
You know what I'm saying? We're not doing that, man.
Can't make it to camp by camp. I got graduation.
Oh, man.
That sounds crazy.
When snow come.
Yeah, that's your last camp. Yeah, well, that's the last camp you left. Yeah, your last camp was the week before that.
You're gonna come back with a smooth face.
Shamar, he wouldn't come to camp because he had to go to a baseball.
I remember that.
No league game.
Yeah,
Oh, I had the pleasure of having that
I
conversation.
remember that.
Yeah, it's the Little League World Series.
Like,
I said, well, Little League World Series, your ass out my damn face.
yeah.
You done. Yeah, you let me know what it is. That's why I say, shit, good. Hey, more chicken for us.
Man.
Yeah, more chicken for us. Hey, I'm talking about, he said that shit like I was going to be like, oh, okay.
Oh, that makes sense.
Can I talk to? Nigga, sit up, get out of here.
He had a tune.
Get out of here. Oh man, yeah, that was wild. I was like, oh, okay, well, you just let me know what it is.
Man.
Yeah, that's concerned. Somebody for the reason. Yeah, no man warrant. Yeah.
Good. 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 4. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier.
See, you read that in another version.
NLT, yeah.
Okay, but that's the point. That's the mindset. It linked up with Revelation 10, 3. It linked up with 2 Ezra 16. Everything that we brought out today, it all ties together. You see? So that's the blessing of having the understanding. Without that get understanding, all those precepts that came out today is all talking about the same thing. And that's the time that we living in.
Yep.
We covered history, prophecy. We just covered the past, the present, and the future in about an hour. Y'all watch them, y'all shot.
Yep. And Yahweh Shah said it, these things must come to pass. So there's no way around it. We got to go through it to get to it.
Got to. Yeah, it specifically, bro, what's it, the 2 Ezra 7. You know what I'm saying? It goes into how you're going to have to go through it to get to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We don't got to get it, but same thing. You get straight gate is in the Apocrypha and in the Testament. You know what I'm saying? For those that can receive it.
Yeah, kind of like you mentioned, it's the same chapter. You know, the kingdom is a far off. You know, to get to it, you gotta go through that narrow path. You know, with the fire on the one side and the deep water on the other side, and only one man can go through it. You know what I'm saying? Like the brothers mentioned earlier in the beginning of this lesson, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to go through that path in order to reach the kingdom, man. There's no other way. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be very difficult. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be hard. You know what I'm saying? Partner brothers, certain brothers might, be thinking of the stuff that we're going to go through. And it's okay to be afraid. You know what I'm saying? But, being in this truth, man, you got to show courage. You know what I'm saying? Because the definition of courage, I believe, is taking action, even though you're afraid, get calm, the water. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the electric committee, man. They're gonna show courage even though they know, they don't they don't know.
Yep. Yep. The Lord gonna be with us. You know, we were born to fulfill these prophecies of deliverance, of turning back to the Lord. But it just comes with a heavy sacrifice, and we gotta accept it. Because, first off, we just thank the Lord that we were even considered. Start your day off with that. The water for even considering to be, worthy of being born to fulfill, after 3 days and a half. When you read that, you're reading about yourself. Because the very next step after great fear falls is us being beamed up. So we in between, we in that middle part of after the awakening. Now we're gonna have to suffer persecution. We're gonna have to deal with demons. We have to, but it literally the next scripture said, and they went up into a cloud. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that wholeheartedly.
It's just like
What's the other answer? There's no other answer.
the three holy children walked into the fire, praising the Lord, and he came. I don't need to say nothing else after that. Either you believe it or you don't.
I got something. This is the book of Romans, chapter 8, and verse 17 and 18 in the NLT. It says, and since we are his children, we are his heirs. In fact, together with Mashiach, we are heirs of the Most High's glory. But if we are to share his glory, we must also share his suffering. Yet, what we suffer now is nothing compared to the glory he will reveal to us later.
You see that? So, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, by conquering the beast, his image, and his mark, you cranking up forever in righteousness.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
You literally trade now mortal for immortal. Nothing to compare.
Mm-hmm. It's just because we're presently in the mortal. There's those in the carnal flesh, those emotions and things they can be overwhelming.
Right.
But the spirit of that the Lord is going to have on the elect will ultimately allow them to prevail in the day.
Yep. Matter of fact, somebody get the word overcome. To overcome the beast. I want to say it might be in Revelation 20. Revelation 20 and 4. Those
They overcame him, but
yeah, there you go.
12.
Look up that word overcome.
12. Yeah. I'll read the verse. Revelation 12 and 11, it says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their life unto the death.
There you go.
And that word overcome, or overcame rather, in the Greek is Strong's G.
See, overcame, that means you did it. Right?
it's already written.
It's not a thought no more. You did it. Go ahead.
Yep. Strong's G 3528. Nikayo. Nike. The word Nike says
Victory.
Yep. To conquer, to carry off the victory, come off victorious. It says upper Mashiach, victorious over all his foes, of the Mashiachim that hold fast their faith even unto death against the power of their foes.
Then go back into Revelation 3 and 10. Keep the word, and I'm gonna keep you. Go ahead.
Yep. It says, I'll read that again. It says of the Mashiachim that hold fast their faith even unto death against the power of their foes.
So hold fast that which thou hast. That's a commandment.
Even unto death.
That's a commandment.
Yep.
Read on.
And temptations and persecutions.
And temptations and persecutions. That's what's coming. You see? So to overcome, that's what you facing. That's the fight.
That's the fight.
2/3 of Jack don't even know what the fight is.
That's the condition of the battle. Like I said, 2nd Ezra 7.
You see that?
This is what you signed up for.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why we don't care about what none of these other people talking about. That's why what you say don't matter to us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got us one. Yeah. You ready to end it? Yeah. Okay, come. That's
You got it. Clearly.
Hey, so Lord willing, that was edifying, man. With that, we gonna give all praises to Yahweh. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the I can teach about the mind, why, that's the sincerity and truth. Shalom.
Shalom.